This is good stuff. What is this, vodka? Harunefer, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Hetepu. This is Kasakma Keparu with another video for you. And today I want to talk about is how your mind can do incredible things. But before I talk about that, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if this is your first time watching, and share this video with friends and family. So let's get this revolution started and free the planet. Now, your mind can do incredible things, and I have a treat for you. I'm going to share with you two references that will allow you to start your way on to becoming a Jedi master, a master of the mind, okay? But let's talk about sports first, really quickly. I read where this football player, Odell Beckham, got a large sum of money, and he was happy, big payoff, big payoff. And if you look at professional sports, this is kind of common, Venus and Serena. These individuals who have mastered their field, whether it be tennis, football, basketball, receive large sums of money. And understandably, they've trained all of their lives. They've given up personal privileges, to just focus night and day on training as hard as they can. Okay, and they push themselves to the limit. So they deserve to be recognized for that. But on the other side of the coin, when we look at those individuals who have mastered the mind, who have gone into the deep recesses of the subconscious mind and pulled from it the wisdom of the universe, where are their accolades? Where's the money? Do we give them money? Do we adorn them? Now, of course, we do have our prosperity ministers, our pastors, our preachers with the mega churches, and we give them money. But those are charlatans, okay? I'm talking about the real individuals who are studying into the occult, the real magicians, magi's, the real gurus and sages and shaman. Where are their accolades? Where are their millions of dollars? Because they're hoping to further advance humankind. Yet that aspect is not recognized at all. And if their knowledge were to spread globally and to be recognized by mainstream, the world would change overnight. In fact, we are in the ancient Roman days, the gladiator days, where we're watching these sports figures, we're rooting for them, and when they hit a ball, hit a home run, we're like happy, we talk about that's our team, but we don't get anything from that. I've never gotten a check because somebody hit a home run or made a basket, and yet we're so elated and excited about that. But when I look at the things that are important to me in my life, which is peace of mind, I don't want to have stress in my life, I want to be happy, and I want to be able to be healthy. So those individuals, those gurus, those masters, those sifus who can teach us the knowledge of how to heal the body through the mind, how to project our consciousness to other planets and other dimensions to gain wisdom and knowledge and new experiences, where's the money for them? Where's the recognition for them? Well, you see, we don't want as a society, well, I should say, let me be more specific. The oligarchy doesn't want you diving into those realms because they don't want a sane and well-adjusted society. They want a society that is verging on insanity, and that's where we're at. So they shun and ostracize these individuals who can help people who go through surgery and go into hypnosis or trance induction and don't need to be put under or need any type of anesthetic or anything or opiate to rid the pain. They can just go into a trance-like state, be at peace, and not feel any pain during surgery or during a root canal. But we don't award people who have that knowledge. In fact, we talk about how it doesn't really exist. It's superstitious, but it does exist. But mainstream society, of course, with the health care and the pharmaceutical industry, they're the ones that want to profit off you being sick to keep selling you, medicine. This is why we have the big opiate epidemic going on now. But anyway, my point being is that you can do incredible things if you tap into the wisdom and knowledge of our ancestors. In fact, one of the first books that I read when I was studying the priesthood that blew me away, and I want everyone who's serious about becoming a Magi to get this book. It's called Liber Null and Psychonaut. Okay, this book I had to read 3 times. It just blew me away, and you can see I've got highlights all in this book. I had to take notes because the information in this book is life-changing. In fact, I remember reading it for the 3rd time in New York on the subway, and this other Jewish guy had saw me reading it, and he tapped me on the shoulder and he congratulated me. He says, "Man, that book is phenomenal. You're on your way. You started a journey." He says, "There's another book to that." I said, "I've got that book, but I'm not going to introduce that here because you need to start with this book." And a psychonaut basically is, someone who's exploring the depths of the subconscious mind. Kind of like an astronaut, right? But a psychonaut. So get this book by Peter Carroll. And I've done other videos where I've recommended this book. But if you're serious, you'll get this book. You'll read it a number of times, and you'll see that who we are today is not the way we're supposed to be. We're cut off from our power. We're cut off from the universe. Because you can do extraordinary things if you just understand that it's not the realm of science fiction, it's science fact, but it's being kept from you. And it's partly due to mainstream media, to the religious institutions, to the higher, so-called higher universities of learning that really all they want to do is teach you rote memorization, because they don't really teach you how to learn or how really to use the mind. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is a phenomenal video that's on YouTube called The Secrets of Vibration, Frequency, and Manifestation. When I watched this video, I thought it was very deep. And in fact, I said, if I'm going to recommend this to people to watch, they're probably going to have to watch it 2 or 3 times to get what it's talking about, because it is on to some really deep stuff. Now, I want to play one portion of this, actually maybe 2 portions, so that you can listen. And because it's talking about how the mind or the imagination creates reality. And so let me play this little short clip. I can't play like a lot of it because YouTube will flag me. So I'm going to play a little clip so you can hear it, and then I'll kind of like explain what they're saying or what she's saying. Okay, so here we go.
And into the realm of the non-physical. Through our imagination, things become real instantaneously, but only in a way that is non-physical, rather than through the physical senses. The mind and feeling states have the ability to form new creations by reaching past the limitations of the physical frequency that is currently held.
Okay, so what she is saying there is that when you imagine something, it is instantaneously happens, and it is real. Okay. Now, the only thing is that you exist in a 4th dimensional body, which interprets frequencies. Okay. So this body, which is interpreting the waves, there is a lag between when you envision something and the body having time to interpret it as a reality. So there is that lag there. So although you may say to yourself, I want that house, or I want $100,000, or I want that car, it instantaneously becomes real within the mind, which is kind of like we talk about the 5th dimension, because in the 5th dimension, it's void of time, space. So whatever you think instantaneously appears, and it is real. So think of it that way. So it is already a reality. However, the physical aspect, the physical body, or we can say the physical mind, takes time to interpret the vibrations and then bring them into a solid form, for what it perceives to be a solid form. All right? And let's go on. I'm going to go deeper and as she talks more. Okay?
Therefore beginning to stretch the vibration into other places and manifestations. This is the starting point. is the place to begin to move the self into new physical translations or realities. When the new vibration or frequency is maintained dominantly, it will match frequencies of a like nature, and the physical senses will be able to translate those new frequencies as the new reality.
There you go. Okay, so when you are in that state of imagining the house and you are feeling what it's like to be in the house, that is a reality already. Okay, it's the physical senses, the physical body interpreting the wave vibration takes time to catch up. But in order to make it a reality, because you're shifting to that vibrational frequency to interact with it, you have to keep that dominant feeling. That feeling has to be the dominant feeling because it's building the layers to create third dimension. Third dimension, the solid form of third dimension. In other words, the more you think about it through the law of attraction, the more it manifests and more it's drawn to you, okay? So I want you to check that video out. I'm going to put the link in the description box. It is an awesome video because it really breaks down the idea of vibration, frequency, and what it takes to manifest the reality that you want. Basically, embodying the feeling, not the physical thing, because you don't want the physical thing. You want the feeling of the physical thing. For example, $100,000. You don't want $100,000. You want the freedom that comes with $100,000, okay? And the more you dwell upon that emotion, the more the layers of you're going from a certain level of density or a certain level of density, which is, it comes from the spiritual or immaterial to a density level of third density to where you now have it as a reality. But it is already a reality. It's just the senses and the physical body has to interpret that vibration. It has to catch up to what the mind has already manifested. Check the video out. That's all I have to say. It's awesome. Get the book, which also goes into it, Libra Null and Psychonaut, Peter Carroll. And again, link is in the description box. And while you're checking out that link, please feel free to contribute to our Patreon campaign, or you can donate through PayPal. This is Kasak Ma Keparu, son of Ma'at and Tahuti. And until my next broadcast, I'm in Ra.